Shoot! Good freaking job. What's up, WX? What up, Scott? Sorry about the blip, guys. For those of you that are watching before, I accidentally put my phone in sleep mode, which turned off the stream. And that's the twister pin hit. Oh well.
Hey, he told me not to charge him. He told me not to charge him. So let's go.
Frank, you didn't have to do that.
What?
Tell them to not charge me for bowling.
No, it's
That's what we do. You got your card. That's
like
what we do.
Miller, BJ, all the
Yeah, so that's what we do.
high school, collegiate, doesn't matter. They can take it out of my paycheck.
Oh, you need your money, Franklin. You gotta work your other job.
Well, I don't need the money anymore, Joy. I make 4 times as much last month there than I did here.
You get more money there than you do here? Isn't that pretty bad?
Well, I'm getting it off my hand really, really clean right now, so that's good. Not a strike, yeah. Happens, Virginia. But, I mean, I'm 3 frames of this game, and I'm got 1 strike, but that's not really what I'm practicing right now. If I wanted to be striking, I wouldn't be throwing the Nano Pearl. It's just not the right ball to throw. I can hit pocket all day long, but it's just not going through the pins right at the moment. There, was that better? So many slap outs this weekend. Factual.
They were off spot. Whatever.
Messes only matter if you can't clean them up, Frank. Shooter. That was indeed a strike. Yes, it was. And so right now, it's just all about repetition as much as anything else. Just trying to kind of burn in these habits that I'm trying to build of really not clamping on it with my hand, trying to get it into the game, get it into the lane, just let the ball do the work for me. I'm not really trying to catch it all that much either. The ball's just kind of doing its thing. Yeah, so if I'm kind of starting to look at ball reaction a little bit while I'm doing this. Last few shots with the Nano Pearl are telling me it's kind of getting a little bit slow. I actually threw my Nike Tour solid for the entire 10th frame. It's just getting through the fronts a little cleaner and a little punchier down lane. Nano Pearl's almost getting a little lazy. Just seeing the lane center because of the stronger cover. Oh, dude, that one really good. So essentially all I'm trying to do right now is just, have I thrown the max yet? Presuming you mean the high road max. Yes, I got one Virginian and I've already gotten rid of it. Saw so much overlap with the Axiom and the Phase 2 and the Allroad that I was like, all of those felt better at their respective jobs, and the high road max just gave me angle issues. So ended up giving it to a friend of mine who, I'm not sure if he's actually re-drilled it yet, but I think he's really going to like it. It was such a cover dominant reaction for me that didn't really make a whole lot of sense to throw. What up, Biddle? That was decent. I got it into the lane smoothly, but I just also kind of felt myself elbow that a little bit at the release point. So I just got to... That's something I was fighting a lot this weekend. I'm not entirely sure why. Elbow? Yeah, no, I know. That was a good one. That one I will take. Also, that might be the first double I've thrown all day. I might just start throwing IQs and phases everywhere and call it a day. I appreciate it, Jacob. Hopefully got another one coming, guessing next weekend. It'll be part 2 of Road to Vegas. I've already shot the video for it. Kind of talking through some strategies and doing a little bit of show and tell on the team pattern that they used 2 years ago. So that plus videos for the Dark Code and UFO Alert will be coming probably early July-ish. So I'm actually going to zoom out just a little bit so you can Oh, it's already zoomed out. I throw 15, Jacob. Phase 2, good replacement for Old Optimus Solid. Yes, the Phase 2 is one of those awesome balls for anybody to have in their bag. Oh, what's up, Korean James? Hope you're doing all right, man. So, I don't know how well y'all can see it from right here, but I was talking about this earlier. I do a lot of my speed control through moving my feet forwards and backwards. So I think you can barely see the 12-foot dots, which that's kind of where I'm standing right now. But if I want to throw it harder, I just essentially move back and kind of let my steps naturally lengthen out and move a little quicker. Have I thrown the parallax effect? Sorry, what did Malcolm say? Hips when I'm in the body so weird, you can see them. Yeah. Have I thrown the parallax effect? No, I have not, Braxton. I actually didn't order one. It just doesn't look like a ball that I would really even be able to do justice for in a video. Just the shape looks so antithetical, for lack of a better term, to like how I like to manage ball motion in the first place. So, no, haven't gotten one. Also, not really planning on getting one. I'm not throwing a ton of ASIMs anymore anyways, so that plus really not liking the original is, yeah, it would probably not end very well if I got an effect. It's just kind of not worth it as much as anything, if that makes sense. What have I missed in the bowling world? Any new pretty and overseas? There's a new high red. I forget what it's called. It's an NRG Pearl. I think it's NRG Pearl, but it's like blue and white pearl. Shiny, looks incredible. Looks really sick. I haven't bowled in over a year now. Bro, what are you doing with your life? Get back out there and bowl. I'm joking, man. I'm figuring you got other stuff going on like before, so no worries at all. Also, I can go on ahead and kick Virginia from the chat if that'll make you feel any better, James. Fruit's not here, so I gotta do it somewhere. Been bowling for 45 minutes, and that is the first time that I've shouldered one that badly. So that's pretty good. Nice to hear the sound of pins, though. Yeah, it can be quite therapeutic. Been looking to get an IQ Solid for Junior Gold. Braxton, I think it kind of depends. I mean, it's just a great ball. Kind of depends on your ball speed and rev rate and what else is in your bag. I think the Nano Pearl is not a ball to sleep on either, IQ Nano Pearl. Purple Idol is coming out. Kelly, that ball is overseas as far as I'm aware. So I am not really interested in paying $300 for a ball that I'm probably not going to throw all that much. Still a pretty solid shot otherwise. I'm not throwing the right ball. Speed 17, 380 rev rate. I'd probably go with an IQ Solid, Braxton. Zen, Idle, Synergy, or Alert. Goodness, that's a tough one, Bart. They're all really freaking good. Zen is going to be the most blendy and smooth of those three. The Synergy, I think, at least for me, is the best all-around one. It's probably my favorite shiny ball in my bag right now. UFO Alert. If you need a torquey ball that's still smooth, I think the Alert is going to be really, really, really slept on. Actually, I'm going to grab mine and throw a few shots with it. That was terrible. Don't judge that shot. That was bad. That just never wanted to come off my hand. So you can see going from my IQs to that's the UFO alert that I just threw right there. The alert is just so much more easy lateral change of direction than the IQs are, but it's still kind of smoothish. Vomit Green 90 Synergy, is there a new one? Sea Lance, they're talking about the Idle Synergy from Rotor Grip. So blue and purple, shiny symmetrical. It's probably one of the best balls out there right now, honestly. I've been throwing it everywhere. Deja, yes, I am by myself. I'm practicing at Aaron's Family Fun Center in Belton, Missouri. It's a suburb of Kansas City. So I'm getting some practice in. I got to head out to the airport in probably about an hour or so. But figured I'd get some reps in and stream it while I'm out here. Braxton, about winning the channel. Ish, yeah. I'm on not a super long pattern. I know there's a lot of, I haven't thrown one in the gutter yet aside from 10 pins. I'm bowling on Kegel Mercury right now, so about a 5 to 1 40-foot challenge pattern for the gutter hooks. So, oh, nice, Bryce. That right there shows that not every ball is for every condition. The UFO alert looked really good when I was bowling here on the house shot yesterday for the Kansas City tournament. But on this, it's just way too much core. Got that one just a little bit in the middle of the lane is so flat that it had no chance of hitting the pocket. Gutter hooks, lane dependent. I mean, I'm on the tight end of the building and I can't get one to gutter, so never throw anything shiny on 40 feet. It depends on the center. There's a lot of other factors that go into it, Virginia. Lane surface, surface wear, what type of oil they're using, how long the oil pattern is set, what kind of lane machine they're using, yada, 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 yada. All that comes into play. I mean, heck, I used my Zen some yesterday on Saturday on Kegel Tungsten, which is 39 feet here. So it's just kind of all depends on the situation as much as anything else. Yeah, see that one I tried the gutter and I couldn't. How do I determine that? That being what exactly, Bryce? Not sure what you're asking that in relation to. Go-to heavy oil ball. Phase 2 is what is the strongest I go to most of the time. If I need more than that, probably I've been carrying my Reality, which you can actually see right there. It was on the rack. It's just too early for this pattern I'm on right now. Have I thrown the Dark Code yet? Only about 7 or 8 shots. Not much. Justin, sort of. I'm more focusing on just getting the ball into the lane and being really soft with it. And the elbow is just kind of a byproduct of that more than anything else. That was kind of cool. Yeah, Brace, it's all about eyes and seeing ball motion as much as anything else. Shiny and solid are also not antonyms of each other. Shiny and sanded are, but cover stock designator is like the last thing anybody should be looking at when building an arsenal, in my opinion. Like my IQ Tour Nano Pearl, at the same surface as my IQ Tour Solid, hooks earlier and just smoother down lane. And that's because if you're only looking at cover stock designators, that means you're ignoring the actual cover stock formula, which is probably the single most important facet of how a ball's going to read the lane. Frank, I almost look like I know what I'm doing. Right? Make it till you make it, right? Yes, Colin, that was the alert. Bryce, no, you're missing the point. Saying the cover designators don't matter doesn't mean that you shouldn't acknowledge them, but it's like the phase 3 has a cleaner cover than the phase 2. even at the same surface, the phase 3 is not going to hook as early. Another good example is the IQ Nano Pearl versus IQ Tour Solid. Even if you put them at the same surface, even though the Nano Pearl is a pearl, it's a stronger formula, so it's going to hook earlier and be smoother down lane versus IQ Tour Solid. So it's almost like you just kind of have to look at, like I look at box surface and like what's in the core to kind of get a base idea of design intent. So like the Zen and the Idle Synergy, let's look at those as an example. They're both shiny from the factory. They're both low RG, high diff symmetricals. Let's send the cover, not the outer shell. Sort of. I mean, the cover is the outer shell. But like, let's look at the Zen and the Synergies. Like the Zen is they're both shiny, low RG, high diff pearls. So they're probably gonna be a little easier through the fronts, but then be very strong and rolly down lane. And so that kind of gets you in the ballpark, but then after that, you just have to look at what they actually do on lane to kind of see and understand that the Zen is earlier and smoother than the Idle Synergy. Bowling is not done on paper. Yes, agree 100%, Virginian. T-Tem, ball recommendation for medium, heavy, and long conditions. 14.5 at the pins, 220 rev rate. What's the strongest stuff you got in your bag right now, Tim? I think let's start from there and then kind of bracket it in. And that'll kind of help give a little more context. Oh, I threw that so bad. I'm gonna grab my Zen, throw that for a minute. Jump on the Venator Evolution. Who makes that? Is that a seismic ball? Holy crap, I forgot about that. Oh gosh, I'm trying to remember more about that ball. I don't remember anything. Honestly, man, I think about looking at a dark with your ball speed. I'd probably look at a dark code. It's a really, really strong core, and it's actually, I'm pretty sure it's a Zen cover, which is very strong and smooth, but it'll still punch down lane and through the pins. And if it's not quite enough traction, you can just sand it a little bit and you're off to the races. So that's probably what I'd do. That or maybe an Insight, but with your lower ball speed, I'm kind of hesitant to recommend something that'll be a little more rolly down lane like that. This is a fear that with your lower ball speed, the Insight might get a little flat. What makes Zen so popular? It looks pretty and it strikes a ton. Bryce, actually, I'm gonna throw mine right now. It's easy mode. It strikes on everything. What I mean by flat, meaning that it'll just roll forward and not have any energy left when it gets to the pins. Because with your lower speed, if you use something that's going to get into the roll phase too early, it's just going to you're gonna leave flat corner pins at best, or like pocket 810s and 5.7s, or worse for a right-hander. So you want something that'll still be able to go, like get down, like have enough energy left to actually drive through the pins, if that makes sense. And yes, Zen ball good. Ta-da! Yeah, so T10, the other idea, what's the cover on the, what's the factory surface on that seismic T10? Do you remember? If you can tell me that, that'll help a little bit. Yikes, that was bad. I'll leave 9 more. No, I'm good. Also, I definitely deserve that 9 pin. I did not throw that shot very good. Zen ball good. Details at 11.
I hate doing the drywall. I'll hang it. I actually the drywall back there. Well, yeah,
Yikes, that was bad. Strong ball that is not smooth but angular. Honestly, I think the Insight might be one of the better ones from Storm Moto right now. Can be pretty quick and forward, and pretty good recovery too. Website says finished polish. Yeah, T-Tim, I might actually look at a UFO alert, honestly. If your seismic is getting a little flat, I think the UFO is a little more downlean, but it's still pretty strong early. Omega Correct's very smooth. Yes, that ball is very smooth. See, the interesting thing is Storm isn't making a whole lot of skid flip monster type stuff right now. No, the Black Widow 2.0 is very smooth as well, Billy. Promise you that's not it. If Omega's too smooth, the Widow isn't going to be like super angular. Yeah, I'd say an alert might be worth looking at, honestly. I was just throwing my Zen standing 33. I'm going to go like 10 left of my alert, and it'll be able to recover no problem. Let me show you real quick. That's not back end. I don't know what it is. Anything from the patch from Storm or Roto? If you can find the code black, it might be pretty good. But honestly, I really would be looking at a UFO alert if I were you, Bryce, for that. Bowling is fun sometimes. That's impressive. Thanks, man. 500 every makes it a little easier, but that ball is also ridiculously good. I'm also bowling on a pattern that's very friendly to me using this trick, so all that's kind of combining to make it a little easier. I got front two right now. I'm gonna bowl this game for score. See how high I can get. I'm gonna throw the Zen, I think. That's bad. Rude. Rude. I set on my ball speed on that. When I move left with the alert just a little bit, leave the building. Yeah, whatever. Still bad. It's almost impossible to gutter on this pattern. Iffy shots. That sucks. .213. Not bad, not great. I'm on a challenge pattern, so that's not a horrible score by any stretch. UFO alert recommendation from Bryce and I. I think it's a great ball. I think a lot of people are sleeping on it. I have a hard time seeing many people disliking that ball, honestly. So what I'm going to do now is 31 and 32 are both oiled with this same pattern, Kegel Mercury. I'm going to move my tripod over to 32. I've only thrown about 5 or 6 frames on this. I'll just use it to warm up a little bit. I just kind of want to reset back to the fresh. Use this as a chance to experiment a little bit more with playing straighter with my IQs. Get a little more work kind of seeing the difference there. So I think that'll work. Yeah, it's pretty good. Couple of decent shots there. Can I zoom in a tad? Zen and Reality on the rack. Joel Denny there, Global Balls. Got an Ordnance C4 at home. Haven't thrown it a ton, Lou. The Zen is a staple. It goes everywhere. Reality is a little more of a niche piece. It's when I need a ball to chew through some oil, it's incredible. I just don't need that much ball that often. Zoom in a little more. Yeah, there, just a little bit. And I'll move this over to the right a little more as well. Probably blocking Frank's walkway if he needs to get back there, but whatever. Okay, that one was really good. Pretty loves Parallax OG. Not so much IFD. Not so much. I just got to roll it at the spot and trust it to pick up and roll back from there. When I do that, I'm in good shape. I don't, I'm not. All right, there's my limit of about how far in I can have my break point and still hit pocket. Any further left and the ball's gone. I got away with that one a lot. That one Bryce, I'm throwing the Nano Pearl, IQ Nano Pearl right now. Pin above bridge, about a 4.5 inch pin to axis for me. Pretty standard layout that I use on that core. I got away with that shot. I had cheated one left. Last couple shots had overhooked a touch and then just rocketed one straight at the gutter. So the fact that I got 9 out of that, I'm pretty fortunate. Put that one in the same spot, just threw it better. I'm gonna have flush. So yeah. Any questions y'all have? Either about the equipment I'm throwing, what I'm working on, other stuff in the current line, yada yada yada, etc. Whatever you got, go on and shoot. I'm probably gonna leave this on. It's 1:20 right now. I'm probably gonna leave it on for another 10-15 minutes and then call it a day from there, because I need food and it's an hour drive to the airport from here. So yeah, just fire away with whatever you got. I'm gonna keep bowling for a bit. did not strike.
Throw it harder than you heard.
I did not think of that. Actually, I'm playing these stupid twister pins. Good job. John, have you or will you try the parallax effect since it is so much different from the original? I didn't come close to matching up with. Probably not, because I don't think I'm going to match up with the effect either for a different reason. It looks very similar to my eye to the original Intense, which is a really, really chuggy, heavy, strong, rolly pearl ball. Shiny, like monster, just like chuggy, shiny ASIM. And if there's one class of bowling ball more than any other that I do not match up with, it is that. So, it's probably not is the answer to that question. Biddle 5+ spare right now. I've been kind of tweaking a few things recently. I think that so phase 2 definitely in, Nano Pearl definitely in, Idle Synergy definitely in, and then it's just kind of soup du jour from there. The UFO Alert I think is muscling its way in pretty strong. So that's 4 plus plastic, and I think Idle Synergy probably. So it's phase 2 Nano Pearl Alert Synergy spare. And then from there, the Zen is one that I trust a ton. If I'm going somewhere where I know there's a lot more surface friction, the High Road Pearl is in strong contention. If I need something really strong, I got Reality or the Insight. That's kind of the main list of what I'm pulling from most of the time. What do you do to get the ball? To come out of the ball so clean? All comes down to timing and getting your body in a good position. It's tough to diagnose for an individual bowler without seeing video. Like if you watch Kyle in slow motion, like everything is fluid and together and in time, and it's like he can't not get out of it clean because his timing is so good. The answer is a little different for every bowler, but for me and for a lot of other people, I think it's just kind of getting everything lined up and in a good spot from a timing perspective and going from there. The other piece of the puzzle when getting out of the ball good is having a really good fit. More important for two-handers or for one-hand thumb in like me. How did that even hit the pocket? Well, you see, Virginia, like I was saying earlier, they got her hooks. Three straight 7 pins on 3 different hits. Nice. Oof. Yeah.
Other times.
That was rude. What tips do you have if you don't know the pattern is and you're trying to get lined up? I'll usually start with a really trusted sanded ball, one that's going to hook earlier, and a really trusted shiny ball is going to go a little longer. So like in my case, I would, if I'm coming in truly blind on a pattern, I go like a Phase 2 or an IQ Nano Pearl for my earlier ball, and then probably my Idle Synergy is my little bit longer ball. I'm just going to alternate back and forth every single shot, throwing those two, just kind of feeling out the lanes, trying to figure out how long the pattern is, kind of watching when the ball starts to hook, and then also watching how it goes through the pins and whether or not it's kind of getting into the roll phase too early, which would suggest I need a little less core, or if it's hooking too early, which means I'm going to need cleaner covers, or if my shiny ball is going too long, that means I'm probably going to need stronger equipment for the at least to start. And it's just kind of narrowing it down from there. I'll throw a few shots like up 5 just to kind of see how much hook is on the outside of the lane, and then I'll throw a couple more that are like 17 to 10-ish. I'll do one of each with the sanded ball and with the shiny ball. And doing that will just kind of give me a really good feel of where the oil is and where the friction is on the pattern, just in a general sense. And it's kind of dialing it in and experimentation from there. So I think that's the process I usually tend to follow. I lied. I guess you can get her on this. Just did the impossible. Yeah, pretty much. It happens. That is 3 strikes, a gutter, and 5 9 counts so far this game. Whoopsie. Sorry. And we got a live Frank coming through on screen. He's the head mech here at Aaron's. Good dude. Most of the time. All right. So it is 1:33 right now. I'm gonna bowl one more game for score. Probably throw the Nano Pearl. I think I kind of got dialed back in. That was a 206 with a gutter ball. So I think I've got 230 out there. I can push for this, just 12 quality shots, and shut it down from there. So, any last questions y'all have? Yeah, speak now or forever hold your peace. I'm getting a little tired. Kind of pulling up out of it a little bit. Couldn't carry one of them, could you? How long do I usually practice for? It varies. I planned on doing about an hour and a half to 2 hours here, Bryce, so I'm close to that. How many shots should practice on different individual spares? Kind of depends on objective. If I was coming out to work on spare shooting, I'd probably throw several games of just shooting particular spares out of a full rack, essentially. In this case, my plastic ball, I don't have my plastic ball with me right now, so there wasn't much point. Throw 300, I'll give you a high five. Dang it. Yeah, 4.9. Happens. Wasn't a great shot. Like minimum? I mean, it depends on your practice objectives and how long you've got to practice, how long you have to work with to practice. Or if you're talking about minimum practice time, usually at least an hour, personally. Yeah, I don't know. Hope that helps. I was worried about that 9 pin off my hand. It happens. 57 if I punch in the 10th. Uh, 236. Not a bad game. Not a bad game at all. No, my forehead, I just kind of shoved it a little bit. I have to be a little softer with my speed with how far left I'm throwing, how far left I am now. So, and then the fill ball, I just hit up on it. So, I'm gonna try and throw one good one and then call it a day. All right, that was the good one I was after. So, blah, blah, blah. Nutted, yeah, pretty much. All right. Flip this around. Oh my gosh. Blah, blah, blah. I just bowled a lot. Yeah, that's pretty much all for today. I'm gonna pack up, drink a lot of water, and then I gotta hit the road. So, yeah, thank you all for hanging out. I hope this was at least a little bit educational for y'all to kind of see some of the process of what I do when I'm practicing. And yeah, I feel like it was a pretty productive practice on my end. UFO alert is stupid. I mean, heck, the IQs were great too. They were all great. So, anywho, thank you all for watching. Like I said, I'm hopefully going to have Road to Vegas Part 2 out this weekend. I'm going to work on that tomorrow night after league. And yeah, till then, I will see y'all around. Peace.